Hello, everyone. I'm Eleanor, and I'm in Houston. Today, I really great to invite Leanne from Syndney to join my interview. Hello, Leanne. How are you doing?
Really well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for taking your time. Yeah. I will ask you some questions, and would you like to share yourself for a while?
Yeah, sure. Hello, folks. My name's Leanne Hurren. I'm from Sydney, Australia. My background is in pediatric nursing. I was a cardiac surgical nurse, and I did that for 6 years alongside my husband. He's an emergency nurse at the same hospital. We have 3 children of our own, 3 biological, and we have 1 foster daughter. And our foster daughter has high needs. So my main job now is to be a full-time carer for her. And I run a digital business as to diversify the income. And yeah, so my background is in pediatric nursing and music and art and support worker. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, this is my first time to hear that both of you and your husband are nurse.
Yeah, my husband still works in emergency here. Yeah,
it must be very busy.
It can be a life of shift work and then family. We've got older children as well now, and I'm a grandmother. We have 2 grandchildren as well. So add that to the mix with 2 border collie dogs. Life is pretty full.
Yeah, it's pretty full. But I saw you are very happy and very joyful.
Thank you. Yeah. Yep. That's what we try, not try, we want to live the best life possible, and that's our goal. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My next question is that would you like to share that before you join this business, why you want to join this? Yeah.
So when before I found this digital business, I was looking for a business that I could obviously bring in more income into the family so that we could do those extra things. But there was another reason why I was looking for a business, and that is because I was thinking of our children's future. So my youngest has high needs, and I was wondering what would happen to her in the future when I was no longer here to support her. And so I was looking for a business idea that was simple but flexible to fit around doctor's appointments, therapy sessions, and all that sort of thing. But that she could do with a support worker at home in her own time. And that's something that would be able to be built on from where she left off, kind of thing. So if the work that she did wouldn't just get lost because she wasn't able to be there all the time to man the business. So I was looking for that. And then I actually, I was just so busy, and I was just trying to think about, how could I possibly fit a business into what I was doing anyway, because I was running to doctor's appointments and therapy appointments, school appointments, looking after my family, spending time with my grandchildren. And then when there's a little bit of space there, trying to find some time for me, and I was feeling a little bit lost and a little bit isolated, just thinking that not many people really understood what I was going through as a mum of a child with special needs as well. So that was me before I came into the online world.
May I know, how did you find this online business?
Yeah, I actually found it as an ad. I was playing solitaire on my phone while I was waiting for an appointment, and one of the ads came through my feed, and it was a lady in Canada, and she was at the park playing with the kids, and she was just telling on the ad, she was actually walking, and the kids were playing at the park, and she was telling about how she runs a successful digital business around her family. So, and her reason why she was doing it was so that she could spend more time with the family. And then when they were happy and content, she could check the business. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, this could be what I want. This could be what I'm after. So I went and checked out the webinar, and the rest of it is history. I jumped on in, and it's been great.
Yeah. because it's the situation it's the situation that's yours. You want to find a good balance before your business and your family. Actually, your family is your priority, right? So you just need another income to support your younger daughter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was trying to think, well, what time did I have in my schedule to fit a business in? And I realized when I really reflected on it, I was spending a lot of time scrolling on Facebook or playing games in my waiting period. And so what I did was change the time that I was actually just wasting time. I now use that to run a digital business. So, so it's good.
Yeah, so it's your totally changed your life.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So you already shared the biggest why is you want to support your future of your younger sister, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we can jump into the other question.
Okay.
So would you like to share what's the transformation before and after you join this business?
Yeah, my transformation is definitely in the self-development side of things. So because I was really, really busy all the time, and I was always in my head thinking and planning ahead, what do I have to do now to make the next thing successful? What do I need to prepare for? How much time is it going to take me to drive from A to B? And I was just always thinking ahead, and I was never really, I hadn't mastered that, the moment of actually staying still to appreciate what was happening, because we do live a beautiful life and we're very blessed, but I was missing all that because I was so busy thinking ahead, what I needed to plan next. And so for me, the biggest transformation is really appreciating the moment and just taking account of what I've got and how blessed we are. And I guess with that, the community that we have found, like yourself, meeting amazing people from all over the world. When I have time and my daughter's asleep in bed and it's the end of the day, there's somebody on the other side of the world that's just getting started for their day. And so I can actually talk to people. I actually have a social life now, which is absolutely fantastic. I actually often say that my business is really my social life, because I get to talk to like-minded people. Everybody's got a goal and they're very positive and uplifting, and we've got that pay it forward attitude where, we're not benefiting financially off each other, but we can help each other run a business and to stay focused on our goal and to refine our steps to get there and the journey. So I think the transformation for me is I was quite alone. I was feeling quite isolated before I started the business because I didn't think anybody understood what I was going through. And then when I started this business, I realized that there are other mums, other parents like myself all over the world who do know what I'm going through because they have children of their own with high needs. And, their priority is to make the best for life available for their children and live their best life. So I know that I'm not alone anymore, that's for sure. And
yeah, because it's an online business, so we can work it anytime when we are available to do it. Yeah. Yeah, and I can understand that sometimes I feel that, I always think what's the next thing I want to do. And we have so many things that overhead in our brain. So, this business helped me to how to organize my schedule more efficiently. Yeah, I never thought that before. Just before I before I just interview with you, I work outside to do the exercise. So sometimes you make a schedule in your life, you will know how to do better the schedule in between your life and your family. Yeah.
And just focus on what is really important to you, that is going to help you get closer to the things that are really important to you, like for your future. Are the actions that you are taking right now actually going to benefit the future you that you want to be? And I think that's a big thing that I've learned in this business.
Yeah, that's it's one of my transformation in this business as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The final question is: would you like to share the difficulties you face in this business, and would you like to give some encouragement to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So the difficulties I've faced in this business, I was sharing a little bit before we started the interview today, was really that I had to learn how to not compare myself to other people. And, you know, some people are going to start this business and their business is going to take off like that. Other people, they're going to start this business and it's going to be a slow journey while you put the foundation together and learn new skills and learn how to ask questions to make your business better. And when I first started this business, I was so used to doing it by myself. I was super mom. I was going to make it happen for my children. And, you know, it was all about I can. And it was, I had to change the message. I had to change my inner message. And it was like, what questions do I need to ask others for help? What don't I know? I had to recognize in myself, I didn't know all the answers. I didn't know how to run a business. I've never done that before. And so my encouragement is to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to ask questions that we actually don't know all the answers. And there's a really cool saying, I hope I say it right. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know. So do I need to say that again? Sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know. And that the only way that you are going to know what you don't know is to ask questions. And so today, my encouragement to you is that this is a really safe environment to ask questions. And no question is a silly question. And it's actually, we love questions because this is how you learn and how you grow. And I just know that I realized that if I was going to do the same thing I do every day for my life, I wasn't going to be able to provide opportunities for my family to go on holidays, to see parts of the world that we've never seen before, to be able to experience those experiences in all the fullness of things, because what we were doing was only helping us to do a little bit of that. But if I changed what I was doing, I could open that up in my future to achieve that. But you need to start, you need to start at the beginning. You've got to start somewhere. And my thing is, my encouragement is the way you start is to ask that question. How do I find out more information? Then I go and talk to Eleanor and I ask her for the introduction webinar and ask those questions, you know, is this business right for me? You will not know unless you look at the introduction webinar, and then you'll have an understanding whether or not you'll have that little bit of a, I call it a bit of a, almost like a heart palpitation. You think, oh my goodness, is this really real? Well, yes, it is real. And the only way you're going to find out about it is if you go and ask the questions. So that's my encouragement. Oh my goodness, Eleanor, do you need some water?
Oh, sorry, that's I interrupt you, but I really like your sharing. Yeah, I just I'm uncomfortable with my thoughts. Yeah, sorry for that.
That's okay. It's not good. So what I would recommend is for people that if you're watching this today, wherever you are in the world, check in with Eleanor because she's such a lovely person and she is so giving of her time, and she'll help you to take the next steps. If you want to start a business, there's so much support with this community. It's just really, really lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah, I have lots of things I want to respond you that as I just interrupt with the cough. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you really make a good point that in this business we don't need to compare to anyone because we have our own path and everyone's life situation is different. So actually I stopped this business for many months because at that moment I was too busy to think about this business, and sometimes I was thinking that when I was so busy, how can I help other people? Yeah, so so that's my previous time when I stopped this business. I was too busy. But now I just came back and it still work out. So the system is always there, and many business partner is always there to help us to support each other. So now I don't worry about my issue because so many people will help me to help my mentee, and so this is really amazing that I don't need to worry about this problem anymore. Yeah, so I really appreciate that.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, so Leanne said that don't be hesitate to ask any questions. Yeah, this is what I was learning it, and I still learning it in this business as well. Yeah, so because sometimes I think this business is learning with your practice. You need to do lots of practice in this business, and sometimes we don't know whether the result is good or bad, but we need to try it. Yeah. Just like when you watch our interview, you need to take action to learn more about this business. Otherwise, you may miss an opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
So I really appreciate your sharing. I really like your sharing. Yeah, this is my second time to interview with you, and in different time we usually will move to different level and different life situation. And I always say that this business is changing because our need in our life is changing too. So our life is a flow that's never stop. So this is not stop too. Yeah. So yeah, appreciate that your sharing. It's really wonderful. Yeah. So thank you so much. I hope that when I talk to you next time, you will reach another milestone. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting, actually.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your time. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
hope I can see you soon. Okay. See you. Bye.
Bye.